Later on Friday, day after Thanksgiving, let's go to another rivalry game. Florida at Florida State. The Seminoles now up to number 16 in the college football playoff rankings. They are favored by 9.5, over under of 58. There is an outcome where Florida State finishes as the second highest ranked team from the ACC in the college football playoff rankings. Gators coming in off the loss to Vanderbilt. It's in Tallahassee. Knowles, where we thinking for this rivalry game?
I've got a lock here.
Let's go.
Let's go over 33.5 points for the Noles team total.
Dang, that's a really good play.
So you can think that FSU's defense is really, really improved, and you can nitpick it too because they've played, just 4 dead offenses in a row. Miami, ULL, which held out a couple guys, and obviously their quarterback was out. Georgia Tech with a hurt quarterback, and then the third stringer, who I guess UNC somehow lost to, Cuse, which was really banged up. But I don't think the defenses, for the most part, that FSU has faced have been, that much diminished. And the offense looks better and better each week. Jordan Travis is operating it well. Benson's running the ball well. They got Ward back last week, like the receivers they have. Florida's defense. Now, I don't know how much credit we should give these guys for holding South Carolina to what they did, given that South Carolina bombed Tennessee. But entering that game, South Carolina only had, I think, 18 touchdowns in SEC play. So it really wasn't all that impressive to me. Before A-Chain got hurt for A&M, they were running up and down the field on Florida, and then Vanderbilt moved it on them somewhat well for Vandy standards. So I'm not saying this is like a no doubter, but to me, I think the odds that FSU scores 35 plus are pretty good, and I would expect them to go tempo here. We've talked about Florida's lack of defensive line depth. They've got that nose guard. The broadcast will make a big deal out of it. Watson, how he's 400 pounds or damn near. I think they should go tempo early and often to get in the UF's depth, and also like what's his name, the stud backer for Florida, Miller, is out in the first half for a targeting. So starting safety Rashad Torrance went down last game. I've been reading some of their player quotes. They're talking about how the other guy is going to be just fine. Like, okay, well, that kind of implies that maybe Torrance won't play. I think FSU can get to 35 plus here.
I really, Danny, do you have a lock on this?
I was going back to check something.
I'm going to take Florida State, by the way, but go ahead.
I'm trying to think. I don't want to jinx it. I'm very superstitious. I did. All right, cool. I had them versus Miami. I'm going to take them versus Florida. Lay them. I think the key to this game really is, though, the first quarter, because I do think Florida, no doubt, they're going to come out with their best fight, right? They're going to come out, we can upset, we can ruin their season. You got to knock that out of them, because if they hang around, that could be problematic. Then, you start sensing the crowd gets a little bit uptight, like, oh, maybe this year, maybe these past opponents weren't that good. But I do think Florida State comes out hot, just like they did against Miami. They have done a really good job with Jordan Travis, who, by the way, in the month of November, has 11 touchdowns he's responsible for, 9 incompletions. He's playing in the month of November. They sent out a tweet and tagged me on it, so I'm just reading it, but leads the nation, 81.6 completion percentage, 205.1 passer rating. He is absolutely on fire. I think the trend continues, so I'll go ahead and lay it. I'm bummed I couldn't go. I was trying to get to this game, but I got to work.
So since 2007, only 2 of these games have been decided by single digits. It is a rivalry that is competitive, but the results actually are not. I think that's what we see again. We see a Florida State double-digit win. I'm not going to just like copy and paste Bud's play of team total over, though if you had to nail me down on the one matchup I feel the most confident about, it is that Florida State's going to be able to move the ball on Florida's defense. But I'm going to stick with history here. The Gators have won 3 straight. Mike Norvell's still looking for that win in this game. And I think that there is going to be every motivation playing at home, playing at night, holiday weekend, to run this thing up and to try to dance a little bit and celebrate what has been such a strong close to the season. We knew that Florida State, even at 4-3 in some of those losses, was starting to get close and was probably better than a 4-3 team. And all Florida State has done since coming back from the bye week is thrash teams. It's like 24, 35, 33. They have just absolutely dominated on both sides of the ball. I think that they're the more well-rounded team, and I think over the course of 4 quarters, this game goes, again, like all of the games except for 2 since 2007, they are decided by double digits, and it's decided with a Seminoles victory. So give me Florida State minus the 9.5.
They got healthy.
Hit the Latifah.
Yes.
We gotta let 'em know come on, here we go. We gotta let 'em know.
What if I told you there's one team in the entire country in the month of November that is top 5 in both points scored per possession and points allowed per possession? And that team was Florida State. Florida State is a wagon. It's a wagon right now. Nothing's getting in its way. I know that the schedule's been light since the 3-game losing streak in October, but they have absolutely destroyed those dog poop teams that have gotten in their way. And again, a lot of you guys have already said this. When I look at this matchup, I don't see Florida getting many stops. I think Florida State will get some. So as long as it's in the single digits, I'm all over the Noles here.